Hey, I'm Mike with Weichert Realtors, the web agency, Crossville, Tennessee. And I wanted to chat with you a few minutes about what I call my backyard. This beautiful area that you see here around me up on Black Mountain in Cumberland County, Tennessee. There are a lot of people that are moving into the area looking for a nice house to live in. And you know, I've discovered one thing, and that is there's a nice house just about anywhere you go. You can find something that's laid out just exactly like you want it. And if not, you know, at least you can modify it a little bit so it is exactly what you're looking for. But there are some things you can't find just anywhere. And that's what I call my backyard. And so that's what I want to talk to you about, this beautiful area here that you see behind me. There's a lot of nice things to be said about this area. And so I wanted to introduce it to you just a little bit. But one of the key ingredients is, if you're going to come here, don't throw your trash down. We don't like that. I'm on top of the Cumberland Plateau in Tennessee, over toward the middle eastern part of the state. And where I am situated right now is about 1,000 feet above the closest road. And that's over on Highway 68. There's a trail that leads up here, and I like to travel that little trail. It's about a 4-mile walk up here, and I really enjoy it. It's a pretty good climb for an old geezer like myself, but I really enjoy it. You know, back in 1890, somewhere right in that range, there was an old guy by the name of Dr. A.C. and his wife, Elliot Eaton Gill. They acquired about 518 acres of property right here on top of this mountain and kept it for a long time as a summer home. And if you look around this area up here, you'll find some of their old chimneys still standing. They did have a spring house, and they did have a spring there that they drew water from, but the house has been put over it. Well, in 1934, the Methodist Church Association acquired the property and made an area in accordance with what the Gills wanted for public access. That lasted about 70 years, and so in 01 or so, the 10 Green Land Conservation Project acquired the property from the Methodist Church and has kept it open for us to enjoy since that time. My experience with this area here on this mountain goes all the way back when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My dad was a science teacher, a high school science teacher. My mom was a stay-at-home mom that loved the outdoors. And so since money was scarce, we spent a lot of time, you know, hiking and enjoying the things of nature. And this particular mountain was one of our favorite places to go. And so this mountain is where I learned about the decay snake and the worm snake and the gray fence runner lizard and a multitude of plants. And it's where I found my first arrowhead on this mountain right here. And so every year at Mother's Day, we would come hike up this mountain. There's an old road bed from down in toward Crab Orchard up here called Owl's Roost Road, and it's since been abandoned. But we used to walk up that road up here to the top and have a picnic every Mother's Day. And so the reason we would come up here on Mother's Day is because that's when the pink lady slippers were blooming. Pink lady slippers, one of the few wild orchids here on the Cumberland Plateau. But that is a beautiful plant. And that plant has a symbiotic relationship with the fungus in the forest floor. So you don't want to try to transplant them because they're very difficult to transplant. And they're very particular about the amount of sunlight that they get as well. So it's best not to try to transplant them. There was another plant that I found to be very fascinating up here on this mountain, and that's the white snakeroot. The white snakeroot is a poisonous plant. Cattle eat that snakeroot, and it doesn't affect the cattle, but the poison is passed on through the milk and the butter and various dairy products like that. And so when a human eats that, they're bound to die. And so Abraham Lincoln's mother lost her life from that milk sickness, from this white snake root, which grows prolifically here on this mountain. You know, there used to be some ruffed grouse that lived on this mountain. I'd see them quite often when I would come up here as a youngster. Not only have I hiked this mountain a million times, but I've ridden my motorcycle over it quite a bit as well. And it was not uncommon to see ruffed grouse in those days. I think that they're probably moved out of this area. They're probably, I would call them extinct from this area. The Tennessee Conservation probably says that there are still some ruffed grouse to be found, but I've not seen one in many, many years. However, I have seen some bear sign up here, so if you like black bears, you might enjoy coming up here about dark and seeing if you can't find one of those critters. Well, there's now a trail that goes across this mountain. There wasn't a trail there when I was a young puppy walking through these woods, but there is a trail now. It's called Justin P. Wilson State Park now. It started out as being a Cumberland Trail, scenic trail. Justin P. Wilson State Park now. It started out as being a Cumberland Trail in 1971, but it was renamed to Justin P. Wilson Trail, State Park Trail, because of his concerted efforts in making this trail possible. And so this trail goes all the way from the Cumberland Gap over in Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia line, all the way down toward Chattanooga and the Tennessee River Gorge. It's not complete right now, but they're in the process of completing it. When it's all finished, it's going to be over 300 miles of linear trail that you can walk. Well, this area where I am, there's a pretty long section of it. And like I said before, I always start down on Highway 68 over there to the west and make this 4-mile walk up about 1,000 feet up here on the Black Mountain. And if you want to, you can continue eastward and go on down to Ozone Falls, which is another 7 or 8 miles down through there, if you like to do that. It's a long, hard walk, but you might enjoy doing that. And of course, if you want to and you don't feel like making that long walk, you can drive within about 1/4 mile where we are right now and cheat a little bit and walk over to these bluffs so you can see. And from this bluff, you can see about 75 miles from right here on a good clear day. You can see Watts Bar here behind us, and way on around there to the east you can see the Kingston Steam Plant, and over here toward the west a little bit, it's not really visible, is Grassy Cove, and it's really a beautiful area. Right down behind me, this little area behind me here is called Little Cove, and it's a really fun place as well. And once in a while, you might possibly see an eagle flying through, if you're fortunate. There are not many of those around here, but it is a fun thing to see. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about this area and hope that you enjoy your stay. If you're moving to Cumberland County, get up here on this mountain, enjoy it, look at it, look at the geography of it. Did you know that this mountain right here is made out of sedimentary rock, made out of conglomerate? Little white pea gravels all cemented together. You know, that used to be underwater one time or the other. At any rate, it's a beautiful place. Y'all come visit us. You know the prices are fair here. I think they are anyway. Your property taxes are fair, and your car tags are fair. And it's where we wave at each other. We say hello to the postman. We're polite in line when we go places, and we respect the police, and we're happy to have them. And we want you to come. We want you to look. We want you to enjoy. Don't take anything but pictures. Don't leave anything but footprints. And respect each other as we do here now. A lot of good people here would love to have you come and see us. So when you're ready to move from where you live now to a better place, where the backyard is beautiful, look me up. I'll see if I can find you a nice house to go with this backyard.